Hello, my wonderful friends. Welcome back to English Mastery Hub. I'm Liam Carter, and today I want to share something very special with you, my own journey of learning English. If you have ever felt confused or frustrated with English, you are not alone. I felt the same way when I started. It was hard, and sometimes I didn't know what to do. Speaking English felt scary at first. But the good news is, I never gave up. Step by step, I got better. Now, I can speak English well and talk to people from many countries. Today, I will tell you how I began, the problems I faced, and the small habits that helped me grow every day. If you want to feel motivated and learn from my story, then let's begin. When I first started learning English, it felt like a big puzzle. I didn't understand the words or how to speak. I was confused and sometimes scared to talk because I thought I might make mistakes. It was frustrating because I wanted to speak well, but it felt very hard. But I kept trying. I practiced a little every day. I listened to English songs, watched cartoons, and read simple books. I also talked with friends and family. Their support helped me a lot. Slowly, I started to understand more and more. Learning English is not easy. It takes time, patience, and practice. But if you keep going step by step, you will improve. I want to show you how I did it, so you can do it too. Remember, you are not alone, and you can do it. My first time with English was very simple. I was watching cartoons on TV. The characters were speaking in English. I did not understand them. I felt confused, but I also felt curious. I wanted to know what they were saying. The sounds were new and interesting. I liked listening to them, even if I did not understand the words. This was my first step into the world of English. Later, I started school. In school, we had English class. At first, it was very hard. The teacher spoke English, but I could not follow what she was saying. I felt lost. I looked around the room and saw other students who seemed to understand. That made me feel even more nervous. I wanted to speak, but I was afraid. I thought, what if I say something wrong? What if they laugh at me? Because of this fear, I stayed quiet in class. I listened, but did not talk. One day, I felt tired of being afraid. I told myself, I want to learn English. I want to speak without fear. I talked to my parents. They said, start small, learn a few words every day, practice a little bit each day. Their words gave me hope. They believed in me, and that made me feel strong. I knew I had to change. I had to start somewhere. So I started with the basics. I opened my first English book. I saw the alphabet, A, B, C, D. I said the letters out loud. I wrote them many times. It was not easy. Sometimes I forgot the order. Sometimes I made mistakes. But I did not stop. Every day, I spent 10 or 15 minutes with my alphabet book. I repeated the letters. I practiced writing. Slowly, I began to remember them. After the alphabet, I learned small words. I learned words like cat, dur, sun, and pen. I looked at pictures and matched them with words. This helped me understand, and better. I started labeling things around me. I wrote table on my table, door on my door. This made English part of my daily life. My family helped me. My mother asked me questions like, "What is this?" and pointed to objects. I answered in English. My father helped me practice reading. He found children's books with pictures and simple words. We read together every evening. These moments were special. They were fun, and I was learning at the same time. I also practiced speaking. I stood in front of the mirror and said, "Hello, my name is Mark." I said, I am a student. I repeated these sentences many times. It felt strange at first, but I got used to it. I heard my own voice in English, and that made me more confident. At school, I started to change. I raised my hand to answer small questions. Sometimes I was wrong, but the teacher smiled and corrected me gently. My classmates noticed. Some of them even said, "Good job." That made me happy. I felt proud when I spoke English in class. It was not perfect, but I was trying. Every day, I practiced a little more. I listened to English songs and tried to sing along. I watched more cartoons and tried to catch words. I wrote new words in a notebook. I talked with friends who wanted to learn too. We helped each other and made learning fun. Slowly, English became easier. I understood more and spoke more. My confidence grew. I was no longer afraid to speak. I learned that mistakes are normal. They help us learn. When I made mistakes, I learned from them. I felt happy to see my progress. This beginning was very important for me. It taught me patience and courage. It showed me that small steps can lead to big changes. I want you to know that your English journey can start just like mine. You can begin with simple things and keep going every day. You can learn English and you can succeed. Remember, every little effort counts. Keep practicing and do not be afraid to try. You will get better, step by step. I believe in you, and I am sure you can do it too. I started learning English by focusing on simple words. I wanted to learn words that I saw and used every day. For example, I learned words like apple, chair, house, and water. These words were easy to remember because I could see the things they described. When I saw an apple, I would say the word apple in English. This helped me connect the word with the real thing. This way, learning became easier and more fun. I did not only learn words, but I also learned what they meant and how to use them. To help myself remember new words, I made flashcards. On one side of the card, I wrote the English word. On the other side, I drew a picture or wrote the meaning in my language. Every day, I looked at these cards and said the words out loud. Sometimes, I mixed the cards and tried to remember the words quickly. This made learning feel like a game. It was not boring. I also showed my flashcards to my friends. We practiced together. When we practiced in a group, we laughed and helped each other. This made learning easy and happy. Each day I spent time practicing English. I decided to practice a little every day. Sometimes I spoke new words and sentences. Sometimes I wrote simple sentences in my notebook. Other times I listened to English songs or watched videos with English words. Doing these things every day helped me remember words better. I found that practicing a little every day was better than trying to learn many words only once. Repeating words and sentences made me more confident. I could use new words naturally when I talked with others. Not all words were easy to learn. Some were difficult to remember. Sometimes I forgot them quickly. This made me feel sad. But I did not give up. I told myself that learning takes time. I tried different ways to remember hard words. I repeated them many times and used them in sentences. Slowly, these words became easy for me. I also used technology to help me learn. There are many apps on the phone that help with English. I found apps that had pictures, sounds, and games. These apps made learning fun. I used apps to listen to words and repeat after them. Some apps showed me how to spell words correctly. Others helped me practice speaking. Using technology was very helpful because I could learn anytime and anywhere. It was like having a teacher in my pocket. In addition to apps, I used online videos. I watched short videos where people spoke slowly and clearly. This helped me hear how words sound. I copied the way they spoke. I paused the video and repeated sentences. This was good practice for my listening and speaking skills. Sometimes I talked to people who spoke English well. I asked them to help me learn new words. They taught me simple words and how to use them in daily life. Talking with others was important because it gave me real experience. I learned how to say words in a real conversation, not just from books. Learning vocabulary was not just about memorizing words. It was about understanding and using them. I tried to make new words part of my life. For example, I named things around my house in English. I made simple sentences using new words. This helped me remember better. I also wrote short stories with the words I learned. Writing stories was fun, and it helped me use many words together. I learned that building vocabulary takes time. It is like building a house, one brick at a time. Every new word is a brick. With many bricks, you build a strong house. With many words, you can speak and understand English better. Sometimes I felt tired or confused. Learning many words can be hard, but I kept going. I reminded myself why I wanted to learn English. I wanted to talk to people from other countries. I wanted to understand songs and movies. I wanted to find good jobs in the future. These goals gave me energy to keep learning. I want you to know that you can do this too. Start with simple words you see every day. Use flashcards or apps if you want. Practice a little every day. Don't worry if you forget words. Just try again. Use new words in speaking and writing. Talk with friends who learn English too. Remember, learning vocabulary is a step-by-step journey. It takes time, but it is very possible. Every word you learn is a step forward. Keep moving forward, and you will see great progress. I believe in you. You have the power to learn English well. Use all the tools you have, books, apps, friends, and practice. Build your word base strong, and your English will grow. Keep going and enjoy the journey. When I learned many words, I wanted to put them together to make sentences. I started with very simple sentences. For example, I learned how to say, I eat, she runs, or they play. I learned that every sentence needs a subject, like I, she, or they, and an action or verb, like eat, runs, or play. This helped me make many small sentences. I also learned about objects in sentences. For example, I eat apples, or he reads books. This was exciting because I could say more than just 2 words. I practiced making these simple sentences every day. I used what I learned to tell small stories about my day or what I like. Writing was very helpful for me. I started a small journal. Every day, I wrote a few sentences about what I did, what I ate, or what I felt. Sometimes, I wrote about my family or friends. Writing helped me remember sentence structures better. It also helped me see my mistakes so I could fix them. Speaking was very important too. I practiced speaking English with my friends. At first, I was scared to speak because I thought I would say something wrong. But I learned that making mistakes is normal and part of learning. Every time I made a mistake, I tried to learn from it and say the sentence better next time. I found that practicing speaking with others helped me a lot. So, I looked for language exchange groups. These groups were made of people learning English and people who speak English well. We met online or in person. In these groups, we played games that helped us speak English. For example, we played guessing games or described pictures. We also did role-playing, where I pretended to be a customer in a store or a traveler asking for directions. These activities made learning fun and less scary. They helped me use English in real situations. I practiced listening and speaking at the same time. This gave me more confidence. I was less afraid to speak in front of others because I practiced with friendly people. In the groups, I met many learners like me. We helped each other and shared our mistakes and successes. This made me feel part of a community. It was motivating to see others learning too. Slowly, I could speak better and make longer sentences. I could ask questions, say my ideas, and tell short stories. This was a big step for me. To improve more, I kept practicing writing and speaking every day. I wrote about my day and talked about simple topics like food, weather, and hobbies. I also listened to short English conversations and repeated the sentences. I learned that the key to making good sentences is practice. The more I practiced, the easier it became. I stopped worrying about mistakes and focused on speaking and writing more. If you want to build your sentences, start small. Learn subject-verb-object sentences like, I like apples. Then add more words and ideas as you get better. Write about your day in simple sentences. Speak with friends or join groups where you can practice safely. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. Mistakes help you learn and get better. Don't be afraid to speak or write wrong sentences. Keep practicing every day, and your English will improve. Building sentences is exciting because it lets you share your thoughts and feelings. With each sentence, you get closer to speaking English easily. Keep going step by step, and soon you will be able to talk about many things in English. Enjoy the process and be proud of your progress. At first, reading in English was hard for me. The words looked strange, and I did not understand many sentences. So, I started with children's books. These books have simple words and easy stories. The stories were about animals, friends, or everyday life. I chose books that I liked and could understand a little. Every day I read a few pages slowly. At first, I needed to stop many times to look at the dictionary or ask someone. But with time, I understood more and more. My reading became faster, and I could enjoy the stories. Reading helped me learn new words and see how sentences are made. Listening was also important. I liked music, so I started listening to English songs. Songs were fun because the words were repeated, and the rhythm helped me remember them. Sometimes I used karaoke apps. These apps show the words on the screen while the song plays. I sang along and tried to say the words clearly. This helped me improve my pronunciation and feel more confident speaking English. Music made learning fun and easy. To improve listening more, I watched children's cartoons. Cartoons have simple stories and clear voices, so they are good for beginners. I watched cartoons with English subtitles. The subtitles showed the words while the characters spoke. This helped me connect the sounds with the written words. Sometimes, I paused the video to repeat sentences and practice speaking. Watching cartoons made listening easier because the stories were interesting and easy to follow. I also watched TV shows and movies with my family. We talked about the stories and characters after watching. This was a great way to learn about English culture and traditions. Talking about the shows helped me understand the meaning better. It also gave me a chance to practice speaking English with my family. We shared ideas and feelings in simple English. This made learning more meaningful and fun. I learned that reading and listening together help a lot. When I read and listen to the same story or song, I understand better. I use books, music, cartoons, and shows to practice every day. This mix of activities made learning English interesting and not boring. If you want to improve your reading and listening, start with simple books and fun songs. Watch cartoons with subtitles and try to sing along. Watch shows with your family or friends and talk about them. Practice every day, even a little bit. Your reading will get faster and your listening will become stronger. Remember, it is okay if you don't understand everything at first. Keep trying and practicing. With time, English will feel easier, and you will enjoy reading and listening more. Keep learning step by step, and you will see great progress. Enjoy the journey and celebrate every small success. So, what can we learn from my story? First, don't be afraid to start small. Making mistakes is okay because it helps you learn. Everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. Keep practicing every day. Practice is very important to get better. Even a little practice each day will help you improve. Having support from your family and friends is very helpful. They can encourage you and make learning easier and more fun. Use all the tools you can find. Books, music, apps, and talking with people all help you learn English in different ways. If you keep going step by step, just like I did, your English will get better faster than you think. Thank you for listening to my story. If you feel happy or inspired, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Remember, your English journey has just started. Keep practicing, be patient, and always believe in yourself. You can do it. See you next time on English Mastery Hub.